Hello, I'm Jyoti Hang, and now I'll read the chapter August House. It was already the middle of January, and we still hadn't even chosen what science fair project we were going to work on. I guess I kept putting it off because I just didn't want to do it. Finally, August was like, "Dude, we have to do this." So we went to his house after school. I was really nervous because I didn't know if August had ever told his parents about what we now call the Halloween incident. Turns out that Dad wasn't even home and the mom was out running errands. I'm pretty sure from the 2 seconds I'd spent talking to her that Audrey had never mentioned a thing about it. She was super cool and friendly toward me. When I first walked into Audrey's room, I was like, "Whoa, Audrey, you have got a serious Star Wars addiction." He had ledgers full of Star Wars miniatures and a huge The Emperor Strikes Back poster on his wall. "I know, right?" He laughed. He sat down on a rolling chair next to his desk and I plopped down on a beanbag chair in the corner. That's when his dog waddled in the room right up to me. "He was on your holiday card," I said, letting the dog sniff my hand. He corrected me. "Daisy, you can pet her. She doesn't bite." When I started petting her, she basically just rolled over onto her back. "She wants you to rub her tummy," said August. "Okay, this is the cutest dog I've ever seen," I said, rubbing her stomach. "I know, right? She's the best dog in the world, aren't you, girlie?" As soon as she heard Audrey's voice saying that, the dog started wagging her tail and went over to him. "Who's my little girlie? Who's my little girlie?" Audrey was saying as she licked him all over the face. "I wish I had a dog," I said. "My parents think our apartment is too small." I started looking around at the stuff in his room while he turned on the computer. "Hey, you've got an Xbox 360. Can we play? Can we play?" "Dude, we're here to work on a science fair project. Do you have Halo?" "Of course I have Halo." "Please, can we play?" He has logged onto a teacher website and was now scrolling down Mrs. Rubin's teacher page through the list of science fair projects. "Can you see from there?" he said. I signed and went to sit on a little stool that was right next to him. "Cool, I'm Matt," I said. "What kind of computer do you have?" "Dude, I don't even have my own room, much less my own computer. My parents have this Asian Dell that's practically dead." "Okay, how about this one?" he said, turning the screen in my direction so I would look. I made a quick scan of the screen and my eyes literally started blurring. "Make the sun clap," he said. "That sounds kind of cool." I leaned back. "Can we just make a volcano?" "Everyone makes volcanoes." "Duh, because it's easy," I said, petting Daisy again. "What about how to make crystal spikes out of Epsom salt?" "Sound boring," I answered. "So why do you call her Daisy?" He didn't look up from the screen. "My sister named her. I want to call her Darth. Actually, technically speaking, her full name is Darth Daisy, but we never really called her that." "Darth Daisy, that's funny." "Hi, Darth Daisy," I said to the dog, who rolled onto her back again for me to rub her belly. "Her tummy." "Okay, this one is the one," said August, pointing to a picture on the screen of a bunch of potatoes with wires poking out of them. "How to build an organic battery made of potatoes. Now that's cool. It said here you could power a lamp with it. We could call it the spot lamp or something. What do you think?" "Dude, that sounds way too hard. You know I suck at science." "Shut up, you do not." "Yeah, I do. I got a 54 on my last test. I suck at science." "No, you don't. And that was only because we were still fighting and I wasn't helping you. I can help with you. Now, this is a good project, Jack. We've got to do it." "Fine, whatever," I shrugged. Just then there was a knock on the door. A teenage girl with long, dark, wavy hair poked her head inside the door. She wasn't expecting to see me. "Oh, hey," she said, "both of us." "Hey, Via," said August, looking back at the computer screen. "Via, this is Jack. Jack, that's Via." "Hey," I said, nodding hello. "Hey," she said, looking at me carefully. I know the second Audrey said my name that he had told her about the stuff I had said about him. I could tell from the way she looked at me. In fact, the way she looked at me made me think she remembered me from that day at Carver of Ames 4th Avenue all the years ago. "Audrey, I have a friend I want you to meet, okay?" she said. "He's coming over in a few minutes." "Is he your boyfriend?" August teased. Via kicked the bottom of his chair. "Just be nice," she said, and left the room. "Dude, your sister is hot," I said. "I know. She hates me, right? You told her about the Halloween incident?" "Yeah." Yeah, she hates me, or yeah, you told her about Halloween? Both.
My name is Nguyễn Hiền Duy and this is chapter 72, The Boyfriend. 2 minutes later, the sister came back with this guy named Justin. Seems like a cool enough dude, longish hair, little round glasses. He was carrying a big, long, shiny silver case that ended in a sharp point on the end. Justin, this is my little brother August, said Via, and this is Jack. Hey guys, said Justin, shaking our hands. He seemed a little nervous. I guess maybe it was because he was meeting August for the first time. Sometimes I forget what a shock it is the first time you meet him. Cool room. Are you Via's boyfriend? Augie asked mischievously, and his sister pulled his cap down over his face. What's in your case? I said. A machine gun. Huh, answered boyfriend. That's funny. No, it's a fiddle. Justin a fiddler, said Via. He's in a band. What the heck is a band? Said Augie, looking at me. It is a type of music, said Justin, like Creole music. What's Creole? I said. You should tell people that's a machine gun, said Augie. Nobody would ever mess with you. Huh, I guess you're right, Justin said, nodding and tucking his hair behind his ear. Clearly the kind of music they play in Louisiana, he said to me. Are you from Louisiana? I said. No, he answered, pushing up his glasses. I'm from Brooklyn. I don't know why this made me want to laugh. Come on, Justin, said Via, pulling him by the hand. Let's go hang out in my room. Okay, see you guys later. Bye, he said. Bye. As soon as they left the room, Augie looking at me smiling. I'm from Brooklyn, I said, and we both started laughing hysterically.
This is chapter 68, Switching Tables. The next day at lunch, stupid me, I sat down at table with Tristan, Nino, and Pablo. I thought maybe they were safe, because they wasn't really considered popular, but they wasn't out there playing D&D at recess, either. They was sort of in-betweeners, and at first I thought I scored because they were basically too nice to not acknowledge my presence. When I walked over the table, they all said, "Hey," though I could tell they looked at each other. But then the same thing happened that happened yesterday. Our lunch table was cold. They got their food and then headed toward a new table on the other side of the cafeteria. Unfortunately, Miss G, who was the lunch teacher that day, saw what happened and chased after them. "That's not allowed, boys," she scolded them loudly. "This is not that kind of school. You get right back to your table." Oh, great, like that was going to happen. Before they could be forced to sit back down at the table, I got up with my tray and walked away really fast. I could hear Miss G call my name, but I pretended not to hear and just kept walking to the other side of the cafeteria, behind the lunch counter. "Sit with us, Jack." It was summer. She and August were sitting at the table, and they was both waving me over.
Chapter 64, Season Greetings. Weirdly enough, when we got back home and Mom brought in a mail, there were holiday cards for both Julian's family and August's family. Julian's holiday card was a picture of Julian wearing a tie, looking like he was about to go to the opera or something. August's holiday card was of a cute old dog wearing rendered antler, a red nose, and red booties. There was a cartoon bubble above the dog head that read, "Ho ho ho." On the inside of the card it read, "To the Well family, peace on earth, love, Ned, Isabel, Olivia, August, and Daisy. Cute cat, hmm?" I said to Mum, who had hardly said a word to me all the way home. I think she honestly just didn't know what to say. "That must be their dog," I said. "Do you want to tell me what's going on inside your head, Jack?" She answered me seriously. "I bet you they put a picture of their dog on the card every year," I said. She took the card from my hands and looked at the picture carefully. Then she raised her eyebrows and her shoulders and gave me back the card. "We are very lucky, Jack. There's so much we take for granted." "I know," I said. I knew what she was talking about without her having to say it. I heard that Julian's mom actually photoshopped August's face out of the class picture when she got it. She gave a copy to a couple of other moms. "That's just awful," said Mom. They are not always so great." "I know." "Is that why you hit Julian?" "No." And then I told her why I punched Julian. And I told her that August was my ex-friend now. And I told her about Halloween. That's all, chapter 64.
Chapter 65. Letters, emails, Facebook, text. December 18. Dear Mr. Tustman, I am very, very sorry for punching Urine. It was very, very wrong for me to do that. I am writing a letter to him to tell him that too. If it's okay, I would really dare not tell you why I did what I did because it doesn't really make it right anyway. Also, I would rather not make Julian get in trouble for having said something he should not have said. Very sincerely, Jack Will. December 18. Dear Julian, I'm very, very, very sorry for hitting you. It was wrong of me. I hope you are okay. I hope your grown-up tooth goes in fast. Mine always do. Sincerely, Jack Will. December 26. Dear Jack, thank you so much for your letter. One thing I've learned after being a middle school director for 20 years, there are almost always more than two sides to every story. Although I don't know the details, I have an inkling about what may have sparked the confrontation with Julian. While nothing justifies striking another student ever, I also know good friends are sometimes worth defending. This has been a tough year for a lot of students, as the first years of middle school usually is. Keep up the good work and keep being the fine boy we all know you are. All the best. Norman Tustman, Middle School Director. To I. Tustman, Subject Jack Will. Dear Mr. Tustman, I spoke with Amanda and John Will yesterday and they expressed their regrets at Jack's having punched out some urine in the mouth. I am writing to let you know that my husband and I support your decision to allow Jack to be separate after 2 days suspension. Although I think hitting a child would be valid grounds for
provision in other schools. I agree such extreme measures are warranted here. We have known the real families in our boys were in kindergarten, and are confident that every measure will be taken to ensure this doesn't happen again. To that end, I wonder if Jack's unexpectedly violent behavior might have been a result of too much pressure. Too much pressure being placed on his young shoulders. I'm speaking specifically of the new trial with the special needs who both Jack and Julian was asked to be friends. In the retrospect, and having now seen the trial in question at various school functions and in the card pictures, I think it may have been too much to ask our children to be able to possess all that. Certainly, when Julian mentioned he was having a hard time befriending the boy, we told him was of the hook in that regard. We think the transition to middle school is hard enough without having to place greater burdens or hardship on the young, impressionable minds. I should also mention that as a member of the school board, I was little disturbed that more consideration was not given during the trial's application process to the fact that Future Prep is not an inclusive school. There are many parents, myself included, who question the decision to let this trial into our school at all. At the very least, I'm somewhat troubled that this trial were not held to. The same stringent application state that I interviewed that the rest of incoming middle school students were best Melissa Purple Evans. To Melissa from a statement subject Jack Will. Dear Miss Evans, thanks for your email outlining your concern. Were I not convinced that Jack Will is extremely sorry for his action, and were I not confident that he would not repeat those actions, rest assured that we would not be allowing him back to Future Prep. As for your other concerns regarding our new student, August, please note that he does not have special needs. He is neither disabled, handicapped, nor developmentally delayed in any way. So there was no reason to assume anyone would take issue with his admittance to Future Prep, whether it's an inclusive school or not. In terms of our application process, the admissions director and I both felt it within our right to hold the interview offsite at August's home for reasons that are obvious. We felt that this trial back in protocol were warranted, but no were prejudicial in one way or another. To the application review, August is an extremely good student and has secured the friendship of some truly exceptional young people, including Jack Will. At the beginning of the school year, when I enlisted certain children to be a welcoming committee to August, I did so as a way to easing his transition into a school environment. I did not think asking the children to be especially kind to new students would bring any extra burdens or hardship on them. In fact, I thought it would teach them a thing or two about empathy and friendship and loyalty. As it turns out, Jackville didn't need to learn any of the virtues. He already had them in abundance. Thank you again for being in touch. Sincerely, Ron Trustman. To Melissa Evans from Jackville. Subject Jack. Hi Melissa. Thank you for being so understanding about this incident with Jack. He is, as you know, extremely sorry for his actions. I hope you do accept our offer to buy Julian's dental bill. We are very touched by your concern regarding Jack's friendship with August. Please know we have asked Jack if he had any undue pressure about any of this, and the answer was resolute no. He enjoys August's company and feels like he has made a good friend. Hope you have a happy new year. Jonan Amandinville. Hi August, Jack Lobville wants to be friends with you on Facebook. Jack Lobville 32 mutual friends. Thanks the Facebook team. To Augie Doggy Pullman. Subject sorry. Message. Hi August, it's me Jackville. I noticed I'm not on your friends list anymore. Hope you friend me again cause I'm very sorry. I just wanted to say that sorry. I know you were mad at me. Now I'm sorry I didn't mean the stuff I said. I was so stupid. I hope you forgive me. Hope we can be friends again, Jack. A new text message from August. Got your message. You know why I'm mad at you now? Did someone tell you? One new text message from Jackville. She told me the bidding scheme as high, but I didn't get it first when I remember seeing the bidding scheme in homeroom on Halloween. Didn't know it was you, thought you were coming as Boba Fett. One new text message from August. I changed my mind at the last minute. It really punched you in. One new text message from Jackville. Yeah, I punched him, knocked out a tooth in the back of baby tooth. One new text message from August. Why did you punch him? One new text message from Jackville. I don't know. One new text message from August. Liar. I bet he said something about me, right? He's a jerk, but I was a jerk too. Really sorry for what I said. You, okay? Can we be friends again? Okay. Awesome. But tell me the truth, okay? Would you really want to kill yourself if you were me? No, I swear on my life, but true. I would want to kill myself if I were Julian. Yo, just do we are friends again.
The 67. The war. It was Charlotte
who had the inside scoop on why everyone was dissing me. I found a note inside my locker at the end of the day. Meet me in room 301 right after school. Come by yourself, Charlotte. She was already inside the room when I walked in. Sup, I said. Hey, she said. She went over to the door, looked left and right, and then closed the door and locked it from the inside. Then she turned to face me and started biting her nail. As she talked, look, I feel bad about what's going on and I just wanted to tell you what I know. Promise you won't tell anyone I talk to you? Promise. So Julian had this huge holiday party over winter break. She said, I mean huge. My sister friend had her sweet 16 at the same place last year. There were like 200 people there, so I mean it's a huge place. And well, pretty much everybody in the whole grade was there. Not everyone, I joke. Right, and not everybody. But like even parents were there, like my parents were there. Julian's mom is a vice president of the school board, right? So she knows a lot of people. Anyway, so basically that what happened at the party was that Julian went around telling everyone that you punched him because you had emotional problems. What? And that you would have gotten expelled, but his parents begged the school not to expel you. What? And that none of it would have happened in the first place if Tushman hadn't forced you to be friends with Archie. He said his mom thinks that you, quote unquote, snapped under the pressure. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. No one bought into that, right? I said. She shrugged. That's not even the point. The point is he's really popular. And my mom heard that his mom is actually pushing the school to review Archie's application to Beecher. Can she do that? It's about Beecher not being an inclusion school. That's a type of school that makes normal kids with special needs. That's just stupid. Archie doesn't have special needs. Yeah, but she's saying that if the school is changing the way they usually do things in some ways, but they're not changing anything. Yeah, they did. Didn't you notice they changed the theme of the New Year art show? In past years, graders painted self-portraits, but this year they made us do the ridiculous self-portraits at animals, remember? So big freaking deal. I know, I'm not saying I agree, I'm just saying that what she's saying. I know, it is just so messed up. I know. Anyway, Julian said that he thinks being friends with Archie is bringing you down, and that for your own good you need to stop hanging out with him so much, and if you start losing all your old friends, it'll be a big wake-up call. So basically, for your own good, he's going to stop being your friend completely. Newsflash, I stopped being his friend completely first. Yeah, but he's convinced all the boys to stop being your friend for your own good. That's why nobody's talking to you. You're talking to me. Yeah, well, that is more of a boy thing, she explained. The girls are staying neutral, except Savannah group, because they're going out with Julian's group. But to everybody else, that is really a boy war. I nodded. She tilted her head to one side and pouted, like she felt sorry for me. Is it okay that I told you all this? She said. Yeah, of course. I don't care who talks to me or not. I lied. This is all just so dumb. She nodded. Hey, do Archie know any of this? Of course not. At least not from me. And Summer? I don't think so. Look, I better go. Just so you know, my mom thinks Julian's mom is a total idiot. She says she thinks people like her are more concerned about what their kids' class pictures look like than doing the right thing. You heard about the photoshopping, right? Yeah, that was just sick. Totally, she answered, nodding. Anyway, I better go. I just wanted you to know what's up and stuff. Thanks, Charlotte. I'll let you know if I hear anything else, she said. Before she went out, she looked left and right outside the door to make sure no one saw her leaving. I guess, even though she was neutral, she didn't want to be seen with me.
Chapter 17. Science. So here are the official sides, said Summer at lunch the next day. She pulled out the folded piece of loose leaf paper and opened it. It had 3 columns of names. Jack's side, Jack, August, Reid, Max G, Max W. Julian's sides, Miles, Henry, Amos, Simon, Tristan, Pablo, Nino, Isaiah, Luca, Jake, Tolan, Roman, Ben, Emmanuel, Zilly, Tomaso. Neutrals, Malik, Remo, Joes, Leaf, Ram, Even, Roselle. Where did you get this? Said Augie, looking over my shoulders as I read the list. Charlotte made it. Summer answered quickly. She gave it to me last period. She said she thought you should know who was on your side, Jack. Yeah, not many people, that's for sure. I said, Red is. She said, and the 2 Maxes. Great, the nurse on my side. Don't be mean, said Summer. I think Charlotte likes you, by the way. Yeah, I know. Are you going to ask her out? Are you kidding? I can't, now that everybody's acting like I have the plague. The second I said it, I realized I shouldn't have said it. There was this awkward moment of silence. I looked at Augie. It's okay, he said. I knew about that. Sorry, dude, I said. I didn't know they called it the plague though, he said. I figured it was more like the cheese torch or something. Oh yeah, like in Diary of the Wimpy Kid, I nodded. The plague actually sounds cooler, he joked. Like someone could catch the Black Death of ugliness. As he said this, he made air quotes. I think it's awful, said Summer, but Augie shirked while taking a big sip from his juice box. Anyway, I'm not asking Charlotte out, I said. My mom thinks we are all too young to be dating anyway. She answered. What if Ray asks you out? I said. Would you go? I could tell she was surprised. No, she said. I'm just acting. I laughed. She shook her head and smiled. Why? What do you know? Nothing. I'm just asking. I actually agree with my mom, she said. I do think we're too young to be dating. I mean, I just don't see what the rush is. Yes, I agree, said August. Which is kind of a shame, you know. What with all those babes who keep throwing themselves at me and stuff? He said this in such a funny way that the milk I was drinking came out my nose when I laughed, which made us all totally crack up.
Why I didn't sit with August the first day of school? Okay, I'm a total hypocrite, I know. That very first day of school, I remember seeing August in the cafeteria. Everybody was looking at him, talking about him. Back then, no one was used to his face or even knew that he was coming to Beecher, so it was a total shocker for a lot of people to see him there on the first day of school. Most kids were even afraid to get near him. So when I saw him going to the cafeteria ahead of me, I knew he'd have no one to sit with, but I just couldn't bring myself to sit with him. I had been hanging out with him all morning long, but because we had so many classes together, and I guess I was just kind of wanting a little normal time to chill with other kids. So when I saw him move to a table on the other side of the lunch counter, I purposely found a table as far away from there as I could find. I sat down with Isaiah and Luca, even though I never met them before, and we talked about baseball the whole time, and I played the basketball with them at recess. It became a lunch table from then on. I heard someone had sat down with August, which surprised me because I knew for a fact She wasn't one of the kids that Tushman had talked to me about being friends with Augie, so I knew she was doing just to be nice, and that was pretty brave, I thought. So now, yeah, I was sitting with Summer and August, and they were being totally nice to me as always. I filled them in about everything Charlotte had told me, except for the whole big part about my having snapped under the pressure of being Augie's friend, or the part about Julian's mom saying that Augie had special needs, or the part about the school board. I guess all I already told them about was how Julian had had a holiday party and managed to turn the whole weight against me. It just feels so weird, I said, to not have people talking to you, pretending you don't even exist. Augie started smiling. You think? He said sarcastically. Welcome to my world.
Hi, I'm Vũ Khánh Chi, and this is chapter 72, The Boyfriend, from the book Wonder by R.J. Palacio. 2 minutes later, the sister came back with this guy named Justin. Seemed like a cool enough dude. Longish hair, little round glasses. He was carrying a big, long, shiny silver case that ended in a sharp point on one end. Justin, this is my little brother, August, said Via. And that's Jack. Hey guys, said Justin, shaking our hands. He seemed a little nervous. I guess maybe it was because he was meeting August for the first time. Sometimes I forget what a shock it is the first time you meet him. Cool room. Are you Via's boyfriend? Augie asked mischievously, and his sister pulled his cap down over his face. What's in your case? I said. A machine gun? Ha! Answered the boyfriend. That's funny. No, it's fiddle. Justin's a fiddler, said Via. He's in a Zydeco band. What the heck is a Zydeco band? Said Augie, looking at me. It's a type of music, said Justin, like Creole music. What's Creole? I said. You should tell people that's a machine gun, said Augie. Nobody would ever mess with you. Huh, I guess you're right, Justin said, nodding and tucking his hair behind his ears. Creole is the kind of music they play in Louisiana, he said to me. Are you from Louisiana? I asked. No, he answered, pushing up his glasses. I'm from Brooklyn. I don't know why this made me want to laugh. Come on, Justin, said Via, pulling him by the hand. Let's go hang out in my room. Okay, see you guys later. Bye, he said. Bye. Bye. As soon as they left the room, Augie looked at me, smiling. I'm from Brooklyn, I said, and we both started laughing hysterically.